is Eva Hallbeck, and we're going to be doing yoga together. And today we're going to kind of talk about what is connecting Warrior 2 in Trikonasana, or triangle pose in Warrior 2 together. What is the similarity? What the same thinking of when we do, even though there are two different poses, what is the same lower body and kind of upper body as well, similarity, even though they are different. So we're going to do that today. Before we go down on the floor, I would like to just stay where you are, and we're going to work with the lower buttocks, and let me demonstrate how to find the lower buttocks before we start on the floor. So the lower buttocks is what I'm talking about, is kind of in this area here, underneath your buttocks flush and your legs in between there. So this area here, you're going to find that squeezing together. So it's the lower buttocks squeezing, not the top buttocks. So it's not about squeezing the buttocks. It's more fine-tuning that connecting. So it's the lower buttocks. So if you bring your hands on your lower buttocks, kind of at the end of the butt flush, and kind of squeeze it together. It's very tiny, tiny little bit squeeze. Roll it in together. You're bringing the hands together in the back, squeezing the lower buttocks together. Okay, so you're squeezing the lower buttocks together, and we'll be using that when we do the whole thing. So that will make sense to you. But now at least we have that squeezing the lower buttocks together. Okay. Now you're gonna come to seated position, either on a blanket, pillow, even on a chair. So you can definitely do this on a chair. Okay. I'm not gonna use my block right now, so I'm just gonna put them to the side. So keep your legs in easy pose, Sukhasana, and we're crossing shins and calf muscles. Sitting kind of more like a little bit towards the end or the edge of the blanket. If your knees are high up, please sit higher up. So the result is that the knees, thighs are in the same level. And if you have issue with your knees, your hips today, you can always have blocks as a support. It's there for you, available. Okay. Hands to the knees. And we're gonna find the sit bones down behind you, or you're sitting on the sit bones, buttocks is lowering down behind you. When we do that, you sit on the sit bones, your belly is naturally lifted up, and from there we can lift up, from the buttocks being heavy in the back. From there you will lift up. Now you reach the arms out to the side, armpits to the ceiling, reaching up. Now while you're reaching up, extend the trunk up, buttocks down, but from there you extend the side trunk up, extend it all the way up. Arms might not even come up, they might be here, perfectly fine, but you're extending from the hips up, buttocks going down and hips are going up. We need a length in your spine, your side trunk, your front body, back body, for both Warrior 2 and Triangle. And now reach the arms out to the side. Reach them up. Normal breath through the nose. Reach up and just relax your head. Reach up. Really lengthening your side trunk. And then reach the arms down. Shoulders back and down. And 2. And 3. And 4. Arms to the side. Now, armpits are rolling towards the floor and towards the back. They don't go back, but in the direction. Gonna do exactly the opposite. Roll the armpit towards the front and up. Again, towards the floor and back. And armpits towards the front and up. 2 more times. Rolling the armpits back. Notice how that rounds the shoulders. Now roll the armpits up to the ceiling. Notice how that opens up the chest. You might even feel the shoulder blades together in the back and towards the front body. Again, roll the armpits backwards. Notice how that closes off the front body. Now open up the front body. Lifting up. Lift up. That's it. Now lift up even more. Lift your side trunk. Lift out of your hips. Buttocks is going down. And from there you lift up. We need expansion in your trunk for warrior walk 2 and triangle. And reach the arms out to the side. We're going to twist. Take your right hand behind on the blanket or the pillow. Left hand on the left inner knee. Lift up, extend up, and exhale, twist. Normal breath through the nose. Chest is open, collarbones are wide. Buttocks back. So from there you lift up. And exhale, center. Twist to the other side. Take your left hand behind, right on the right inner knee. Lift up, roll the shoulders back and down, lift up, buttocks back, and exhale, twist. Normal breath through the nose. And exhale, center. Cross the other one leg in front. Now, roll the shoulders back and down. Feel that, again, the armpits are going up. Reach over to the side. Keep the chest open, just like you did with the armpits when we were playing with the armpits. Keep the chest open. Press your left hip down. Reach over to the right. Chest to the ceiling. Open up your chest. And up to the other side. Shoulders back and down. That result is the armpits facing up. And reach over to the side. Make sure the arm is not going in front of you. It's going over your head. And if the arm doesn't go there, you keep it down. But this is open. Chest is open. Your side trunk is open. Your belly is open. Everything is open, even though your arm is down. Still one more time. Lift up. Starfish. And then you come into it. Reach through your hip. So the hip is going down. And from there you lift up. And up. Reach out. And over. Normal breath. And up. Twisting to the right again. Take your right hand behind. Left hand on the left inner thigh. Your left inner knee. Lift up. You press your hips down or your buttocks down, and from there you lift up and exhale, twist. Now, when we got that twist, take your left hand on the right knee and use that to twist maybe a little bit more. But keep your chest opened and keep lifting up away from your hips, away from your buttocks. Lift up and exhale, center. Twisting to the left. Take your left hand behind. Starting with the right on the right inner knee. Lift up and then you twist. Allow your belly to soften. There. Now you take your right hand on the left knee and allow yourself to twist maybe a little bit more. So there's no forcing. Use your exhalation. Inhale to lift and exhalation to twist. Normal breath. And center. Now I'm going to take the blocks. I'm going to go forward. Either on the highest setting, lower, or all the way down. I'm going to have the middle way, but keep your buttocks down so you got somewhere to lengthen from. So if your buttocks goes back, you got something to lengthen from. And lengthen. And we need that for the standing posture. We need the length in warrior 2 and triangle pose. And reach forward. Look slightly up. Keep your neck long. Keep reaching forward and buttocks back. Normal breath through the nose. And inhale, come on up. Now extend your right leg out to the side. I'm gonna move a little bit. There. Good. So hands are behind you. And we're gonna feel that squeeze of the lower buttocks from here. Alright? So you're back here. Side trunk is lifted, open up, sitting back on the buttocks. Okay. Now, find that lower buttocks and squeeze it together. and release it. Lower buttocks squeeze together and release it. And again, squeeze the lower buttocks and keep it. Keep it. Keep the lower buttocks squeezed together and release. Good. Now we're going to think with our thigh. When we squeeze the lower buttocks together, it helps to turn the thigh out. The whole buttocks is squeezed together, but I just want to think with the lower buttocks. And the buttocks helps to roll the thighs out from inside out. Okay? So keep your hand on the inner thigh. Squeeze the lower buttocks together. And you might notice that there is a little bit of a movement on the inner thigh rolling to the outer thigh. So squeeze the lower buttocks. It engages the thigh muscle and it kind of rolls it to the outer edge of the thigh. So from inside out. And I want you literally to take your hand on the inner thigh. Keep the buttocks squeezed. Roll the thigh from inside out. We call that external rotation, rolling the femur bone from inside out with the tissue. Rolling the thigh from inside out. We need this action in Warrior 2 and Triangle Pose. So roll the thigh from inside out. Good. Now, release your hand down to the back. Release your buttocks. Squeeze the lower buttocks and roll the thigh from inside out. You might even sense your hand on your thigh from inside out. Release your buttocks. Again, without the hand. Squeeze the buttocks, roll the thigh from inside out. At the same time, squeeze or lift the kneecap up with your thigh muscles. Squeeze the thigh bone. Rolling the thigh from inside out. Good. Other side. Okay. So let's find the lower buttocks together. Squeeze the lower buttocks. Release it. Squeeze the lower buttocks together. Release it. Now take the hand on the inner thigh and just notice what happens when you squeeze the lower buttocks. It brings a little bit of a lift and it rolls it a little bit to the side and it squeezes, you feel the activation of your leg. With your hand, roll the thigh from inside out. Allow the thigh to roll from inside to the outer thigh. From inside leg to the outer thigh. Inner thigh to the outer thigh. Release your buttocks. Now with your hand, squeeze your lower buttocks and roll the thigh from inside out. Release it. Squeeze the buttocks, roll the thigh from inside out. And notice even what happens with your leg. It turns out. Hand behind you, release your buttocks. Now without the hands. Squeeze the buttocks, roll the thigh from inside out. Release it. Roll the thigh from inside out. Release it. Let's do one more time. Squeeze the buttocks, roll the thigh from inside out. And good. Okay. Now, we're gonna keep the feet to the floor and you're going to use the lower buttocks to widen the knees. All right? Hands behind you, we can do it together. Hands behind your feet to the floor. Squeeze the lower buttocks and knees out. Keep squeezing the lower buttocks. Keep squeezing the lower buttocks. Don't lose that. Now release it. Squeeze the lower buttocks and bring the knees out. And it's interesting when you do this, the knees just automatically want to go out when you squeeze the buttocks. Now let's keep the squeeze the buttocks and bring the knees in. It kind of automatically releases the lower buttocks. Okay? Squeeze the lower buttocks and bring the knees out. Keep it and release it. Squeeze the lower buttocks. Roll the thighs from inside out. Even here, from inside out. Release it. Squeeze and out. Release it. And squeeze. Roll the thighs from inside out. And out. All right. Now, in lesson 9, we did a pose called Parigasana, gate pose. And we're going to do the same thing, but just change it. We're going to do the gate pose, but changing a little bit. So I'm going to use the blanket for my knees. It's just a little bit more stable or more comfortable. My knee is going to be on the edge of the mat. So it's the left knee on the edge of the mat. Take your right leg out to the side. Middle of the heel is on the edge of the mat. So heel to knee alignment. Okay. Now we started with knee underneath your hip. We're going to move that left foot slightly out. So when we do that, hip slightly goes diagonal, ever so slightly. And that's how it's going to be in triangle and warrior two. Right? Now, from here, we're going to squeeze the buttocks and roll the thighs from inside out. So, squeeze the lower buttocks, roll the thighs from inside out. We want it to go out. It's like open up a page, 2 pages in a book. You're opening up from inside out, from inside out, even your belly or this area from inside out. The skin is going from inside out, from the thighs. Hands to the hips. Press your hips down so you can lift your sides trunk up. Chest to the front, hips are on slight diagonal, but that's just because of the back leg. Now lift your kneecap up, firm the leg, squeezing the lower buttocks, inside out. Lift up, press down, lift up. Now press your left hip forward, or to the side, I mean. With inside out and squeezing the buttocks. Keep the buttocks squeezed. Keep the thighs inside out while you come up. Okay? So you don't really release the squeeze of the buttocks and rolling the inside out. Lift up, squeeze, inside out, and reach that hip to the side. Inner groin out to the right with the hip. Keep squeezing, rolling from inside out and up. One more time. Squeeze, inside out. Press that hip to the right. And the inner groin goes to the right. Keep squeezing it. Keep squeezing the lower buttocks. Roll the thighs from inside out. Hips to the inside out. Chest straight forward. Arms to the side. Reach out. Feel the openness in your hips, chest, and arms. And look over your front arm. And up. Other side. Just gonna move a little bit to the side. Here we are. Alright. So my knee is on the edge of the mat. In the middle of the heel is on the edge of the mat. So heel to knee alignment for this one. Alright. Starting with your back leg or the lower leg, the right leg. When you turn the leg out or the knee in, hip slightly goes diagonal. And that's perfectly fine. Not too much. I mean, it's just slightly. All right. Squeeze the lower buttocks. Roll the thighs from inside out. Hips from the inside out. Lift your kneecap up. These are the legs. They start turning out, out. All right. Now, press your right hip to the left knee. Left inner groin to the left knee. Keep rolling out. Squeeze the lower buttocks. Lift up and up. 2 more times. Squeeze, inside out. Hip to the left. Inner groin to the left. And up. 3rd time. Squeeze, inside out. Hip, inner thigh. Good. Chest to the front. Open up. Like really open up. lift your side trunk up just like you did in the beginning. Squeeze the lower buttocks, still there. Roll it inside out. Everything is open from the mid to the out. Reach out and up and bring it in. Come to tabletop. Coming into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Fingers really spread and slightly turned out. Draw your belly in and up. Tuck your knees under. Lift your knees an inch off the floor. Push away from the floor with your hands. Shift back. Keep your knees bent. Reach your arms away from you. Press the mat away from your buttocks back. And now start to straighten the legs. And lift your kneecaps up. Firm your legs. Normal breath through the nose. Keep pressing the heels down and the top of the thigh bones back. Now keep your legs and arms straight and firm and come to plank. Keep your legs straight and firm. Push away from the floor. Bend your knees evenly down to the floor. Now roll down on your thighs. Resist coming down. Roll the belly down and last the forehead down. Hands next to the ribs, fingertips facing forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. 3 times cobra. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Come up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees an inch. Shift back and come to downward facing dog again. Press your heels down. Firm your legs. Come to plank again. Bend your knees down. Roll the thighs down to the floor. Roll the belly. Resist coming down. Elbows to the chest or to the ribs. Forehead down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Tabletop. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees an inch. Evenly up. Shift back. And then start to press your heels down to the floor. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And if you want to break a little bit, bring your knees down and come to child pose. And you can stay there for a moment. Now everyone, come to forward bend. You're walking the feet towards your hands. So if you are in child pose, just come up to forward bend or come up to standing, your choice. Toes straight forward. Grab the opposite elbows. Lift your kneecaps up. Firm your legs. If you need to bend them, of course you do. No problem. Whatever you need to do. Normal breath through the nose. Now bring your hands to the hips. Shoulder blades together in the back. Reach the chest forward and up. All right. Now come to Tadasana, Samastahiti, mountain pose. And the soles of the feet on the edges of your mat. I'm gonna start there. First, we're gonna start with triangle pose. Extended, or Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Now, you're gonna walk the legs 3 to 3.5 feet apart. Keep the hands to your hips. We're gonna situate our feet, our legs first. You move your left heel away from you, just a little bit, and turn your right leg 90 degrees out. Now, keep the middle of the heel, the front heel, on the edge of the mat. So the mat is from heel to arch. Like that. Heel to arch. Heel to arch alignment. Right? Press your back foot down. Press evenly into the front foot. Now lift your kneecaps up. Firm your thigh muscles. Firm that up. Use your legs. Lift it up. And keep pressing the outer edges of the back foot down, especially the heel. Now, bottom or the buttocks, lower buttocks squeeze together in the back. Roll the thighs from inside out. Use your hands on your thighs. Feel the tissue in your thighs going from inside out. Keep that. And the hips from inside out. Lift up. Actually, let's take the front hand down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lift up. Keep rooting through the back heel. Inside out. Lower buttocks together. Keep the lower buttocks. Keep the inside out. Roll the hand down towards your ankle. In that direction. Go over your leg, not in front. Keep your front hip or the top hip out. From inside out. Inside out. Top arm up to the ceiling. Keep pressing the lower buttocks in together. Rolling the thighs from inside out. And rolling the belly from inside out. And up. Toes straight forward. Other side. So starting with your right heel. Take your right heel away from you. Left leg 90 degrees out. Heel to arch alignment. And use the edges of, or the edge of your mat to guide your front heel to the back arch. Okay. Arms to the side. Keep your lift up. Press the outer edges of the back foot in, especially the heel. Lift your kneecaps up. Firm those thighs. Solid like cement for a house. It's your foundation. Now roll, squeeze the low buttocks together. That. The result is rolling the thighs from inside out. Rolling the belly from inside out, the hips out. Hand to the hip. Reach up, starfish. Reach up, open up, open up. Keep rolling from inside out. Slide your left hand down. You're over your leg. Keep rolling the top hip out. Roll the top hip out and the belly from inside out. Rolling it out. Normal breath through the nose. And up. Toes face forward. And walk the legs together. Okay? I just want to show you one thing that often happens. So, let me demonstrate first. Situating our feet heel to arch alignment. And you got all this stuff going on. It's perfect. It's nice. You roll down. If we lose the inside out, notice what happens to this hip. We roll it in. We go over to the other side. We go here. If we lose the back hip, we go over or to the front of the leg. We're trying to prevent that. So instead of rolling the hip forward and going to the front of the leg, with the hand, you roll the thigh from inside out, roll the hip from inside out, roll the belly from inside out, from down to opened. Okay? So preventing this to happen, we need to open. So we use the lower buttocks. We keep rotating from inside out, inside out. Everything is inside out, so we can expand. I'm gonna do triangle one more time, or two more times. Legs wide, 3 to 3.5 feet apart. Turn your left heel away, right leg 90 degrees out, heel to arch alignment. Square the hips, press your back heel down. Lower buttocks, that's already there. Inside out. Roll that hip from inside out. Top hip inside out. Now, keep it up. Keep it. Press your back foot down. Inside out. Keep the top hip. Your left hip from inside out. Roll that hip from inside out. Roll the belly from inside out. You're going over your leg from inside out with your thigh and your belly and your hips. Keep pressing your lower buttocks together. Inside out. Expanding your chest, expanding your arms. Starfish arms. Inside out. And up. And other side. Turning your right heel away. Left leg 90 degrees. Heel to arch alignment. Starting from the base. Press your heel down, especially the back heel down. Right? Lift your kneecaps up. Squeeze the lower buttocks. Inside out, inside out, inside out. Lift up. Inside out. Keep the lower buttocks squeezed together. inside out. Lift the right hip out, belly out, rolling it out. You're going straight over your front leg, head down or arm down, top arm up. Remember that starfish, lengthen your side trunk. Keep rolling the hips from inside out. Top hip from inside out, rolling the belly from inside out. No more breath through the nose. And up. Let's do it one more time. Turn your left heel away, right leg 90 degrees out. Heel to arch alignment. Lift up, press the outer heel down. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze the lower buttocks. Inside out. Everything is out. From inside out. Inside out. Keep rotating your top hip from inside out. Lift up, going right over your leg, not in front of it. Inside out from the top hip. Move that top hip out and up. Other side. Turn your right heel away. Left leg 90 degrees out. Heel towards alignment. Press the outer edges of the back foot down. Lift your kneecaps up. Squeeze the lower buttocks together. Rotate from inside out. Inside out. Reach over, starfish, starfish. Reach over to the left. Reaching the hand down and top arm up. Feel the whole front body opening up from the thigh, top thigh, from the top hip, and the belly is rotating from inside out, opening up and up. Toes straight forward and walk the legs together. All right. It's the same thing with Warrior 2. Same thing. Simple, simple. All the stuff that we've done. It's the same thing. You just bend the front knee. Piece of cake, nothing. All right? So, legs are wider. Like wider than you just did. Start with hands to your hips. All right. Move your left heel away from you. Right toes 90 degrees out. Familiar? Same thing as triangle. Now, I forgot to say something in triangle, and I will say it here. Remember when we did in gate pose, you were on the knee, and I told you hip was slightly on diagonal. We were in this position here, and the hip was slight on diagonal because the leg was out. Same thing in Warrior 2 and triangle. I forgot to say it in triangle, but that's okay. We can do it here. Alright, so because you turned the left heel away, there is a slight rotation in your hip. The angle is slightly different. It's not straight, slightly on diagonal, just ever so slightly. Alright, now square the hips up. Press the outer edges of the back foot down. Lift up. Lift the kneecaps up. Squeeze the lower buttocks. Result is turning from inside out and the hips from inside out. Starfish, lift up from inside, you lift out to the side. Now bring that hip, that left hip to the right. Inside out, keep rotating from inside out. Keep rotating your left hip from inside out. Lift up and up. Other side. Turn your right heel away. Turn your left leg 90 degrees out. Heel to arch alignment. Square the hips up. Slight diagonal. Just ever so slightly. Press the outer edges of the back foot down. Lift your kneecaps up. Firm your legs. Firm your foundation. Firm the feet down. Lift up. Lower buttocks together. Inside out. Open up. Starfish. Open up from inside out. Now, you're going to bring your right hip to the left. That's it. Bending the front knee. Inside out. Keep the lower buttock squeezed. And up. Go straight forward. And bring your legs together. This often happens in Warrior 2. Let me demonstrate. heels going, heel to arch alignment. This is when I'm not thinking about this area. We lose this hip, we lose the leg. See what happens naturally in my upper body. We're curling together. Think. Press your back heel down. Press the outer edge of the back foot down. Roll the hip from inside out. Belly from inside out. Chest from the inside out. So you're opening up. Alright? And so let's do that again with that in mind. Rotating from inside out. Legs wide, hands to your hips. Turn your left heel away from you. Right leg 90 degrees out. Heel to arch alignment in line with your mat. Hips are straight up or squared up on a slight diagonal. Press the outer heel down. Press that foot down. Lift your kneecaps up. Squeeze the buttocks or the lower buttocks inside out. Reach out and then move that left hip to the right. Move it. Keep it out, inside out. Keep that left hip rotating and right thigh out. Keep pressing your back foot. Don't lose that back leg. And up. Other side. So toes straight forward. Turn your right heel away from you. Turn your left leg 90 degrees out. Heel to arch alignment. Lift up. Outer edge of the back foot. Keep rotating out. Squeeze the lower buttocks. Lift up, lift up, lift out of your hips. Lift up. Bring that hip to the left. Yes. Keep rotating inside out. Lower buttocks together. And up. And together. Now, again, third time. Turn your left heel away. Right leg 90 degrees out. Heel to arch alignment. Lift up. Press the back foot down. Buttocks, lower buttocks together. Inside out. Keep the inside out. Bring the hip over to the right. Right thigh will go to the right. Keep squeezing the lower buttocks. Keep rotating out. Look over your front arm. See the similarity with warrior 2 and triangle. Straighten up. Toes straight forward. Other side. Turn your right heel away. Left leg 90 degrees out. Heel to arch alignment. Lift up. Press the outer edge of the back foot down. Lower buttocks. Inside out. With the thighs, the hips, and the belly. And press your right hip to the right. Left inner groin to the left. So notice that similarity, a warrior 2 and triangle. Open up the body, open up your hips. Look over your front arm. And up. Toes straight forward. And walk your legs together. So do you see the similarities? The same thinking of warrior 2 and triangle. It's from inside out. You're using your lower buttocks, you're using your hips to stabilize, to rotate. Keep that so you can open up, you can expand yourself, both in triangle and warrior 2. It's fascinating how it all works together in a different way. You're really stabilizing your hips, your belly, or your upper body and your legs. With engagement, just being aware. Being aware is the key. All right. Let's come to downward facing dog. Come down on your mat. Hands to the floor. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Shift back. Downward facing dog. And breathe through the nose. Press the heels down. Soft breath through the nose. Bend your knees down to the floor. And come to child pose. Buttocks towards the heels. And fold the arms in front of you, forehead down. Normal breath through the nose. And now slowly come up and come on your back. My dog Alice just came in, so he maybe will be practicing with us. I have to open up the door for him. Alright, so come on your buttocks, no, on your back, knees to your chest. Leave your knees there, bring the arms in T position, palms up. And on your exhalation, lead your knees in the direction of your right armpit. And take your right hand on top on your left thigh. Close your eyes and breathe through the nose. Use your exhalation to let go of your hips, your belly, your left chest, shoulder, and arm. Hi, baby. Smooth, soft, normal breath. Take a deep inhale. On your exhalation, take the knees up to the chest. Leave your knees to your chest, arms in T position. On your exhalation, lead your knees in the direction of your left armpit. Oh, feels good. Oh, gosh. Take your left hand on top of your right thigh. Oh, Elvismin. Oh, you're going to practice with us. And now use your exhalation to let go of your hips, belly, your right chest, shoulder, and arm. And normal breath through the nose. And then on your exhalation, take your knees to your chest. And bring your feet down to the floor. That's my little boy Elvis. Now we're coming into Shavasana. You can keep your knees bent, maybe even bringing your knees together, or extending your legs to Shavasana. Arms to the side, palm facing up. And literally use your exhalation, either through the nose or the mouth, either one, whatever works for you, to let go of your legs. Use your exhalation to let go of your belly, your chest, your arms, and your face. And allow your whole body to soften and melt and relax. Smooth, soft, normal breath through the nose. Now feel free to stay there as long as you want. Elvis and I, we say thank you for the practice and namaste.